Here we go. Semifinals. Woot, 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 woot. It's going to be Flash versus Calm, a best-of-5 series to determine who moves up into the finals. Doesn't get much more high stakes than this. Well, except for the finals, of course. We'll forget I said that. But yes, look at these guys. Focused, ready to go. You're not going to see any smiles today. No joking around, no smiles. They both know how high stakes this is. So they're both kind of just staring at the computer screen like, I'm going to crush your face. I'm going to drink your blood like cherry pop, said Dracula to Simon Belmont implausibly. Oh, there's Flash. Flash is twitching already, booting up that processor, I guess. So that's got to make Calm a little bit nervous, seeing as though this is his first best-of-5 against a Terran ever. He's got to be at least a little bit nervous in this matchup. But Flash doesn't look that nervous to me, so I think we're going to see an excellent, excellent series. I think this is going to be much better than the Jaedong versus Flash series earlier in the OSL. Looks like we're getting ready to start. What a way to kick it off. Happy New Year's, guys. 2010. 3, 2, 1, 0. El Nino is the double map for today, as it is in the Movie vs. Shine series coming next week. So we're going to start with El Nino, and if we get to a fifth set, it's going to end on El Nino. Flash has complained a little bit about this map being favorable to Zerg, but I don't think he's in as bad a position as Movie is going up against Shine on this map played twice. But down at the 8 o'clock position in Teal is Flash, and over at the 4 o'clock position in Orange is Calm. Both these guys have won 9 games out of their last 10, so they're both on ridiculous winning streaks. Well, I guess not streaks, because they lost 1 game, but ridiculous tears anyway. Oh, and I did my little hype video, and I didn't even ask for predictions, but a ton of people wrote predictions. So I'm not one to turn down good predictions. Let's read a few predictions from the Nukenites. Superior Bean writes, Flash is the last Terran to keep the flag high. It's hard to play as a Terran these days. Smiley face. Too much micro required. Go Flash. Oh man. So Flash putting down a supply depot. No cheesiness yet from these guys, but I'm expecting something cheesy in this series. I think this is going to be a very cheesy, very fun series. I mentioned that in the Daily Word segment over on SC2GG. If you haven't read that, go read it. Go read it right now. Stop this right now and go read that, because it's a very nice interview, I think. But yes, it talked about how Flash is... Okay, I won't run it. Go read it. Okay, here's another prediction from DLE9998. Writes, Flash is going to wipe the floor with everyone and win the title easily. No punctuation. There's a sign that says, Flash, about that Twitch, I don't think you're supposed to put both contacts in one eye. Yes, giving some helpful advice to Flash over here. Flash, in the meantime, putting down his barracks. Looks like we're seeing some pretty standard openings from these guys already. And Calm going straight for his gas, so he could be trying to get out some speedlings to start out with. Or maybe going into an early lair type of build to see, throwing down his hatchery, being spotted right now by Flash. So Flash scouts that with the SCV as soon as it goes down. If he'd come in a little bit earlier, he probably would have been able to deny that base for a little while, which is a luxury usually only reserved for a Protoss player. But Flash not yet putting down his refinery or anything like that, so I think he is going for his little bread and butter Flash build. He has an excellent Swiss Army knife kind of build these days, which basically goes straight into his second base. He gets a few Marines out, and he relies on his micro to defend against the initial Zerglings. And here come the Zerglings, lair already up, so this is a pretty fast lair from Calm, and that was scouted by Flash, so at least he knows that there's going to be something coming his way pretty quickly. Calm doing a pretty good job picking at that SCV. Here comes the command center. So this is his little Swiss Army knife type of build. Go, Calm doing a very good job taking down that scout. So Flash is going to be in the dark. He doesn't know if 2-base lurkers are going to come his way. He doesn't know if Calm's going to expand or something like that. So he's very much in the dark, and because of that, he's going to protect his choke with that single SCV there, just to make it a lot more awkward for the Zerglings to attack. And he's going to go out and lay down his base. This is Flash's very, very standard build these days. And no one has come up with a hard counter to it yet. I've heard some people discussing, well, I've seen some people discussing in comments that it might be best to get out earlier troops, like a 2-base kind of build, 2-hatchery kind of build, maybe go in with some earlier lurkers or something like that, just to try to stop this from happening. Because as soon as that second base comes up and Flash is able to hold it, he has a massive, massive advantage, because the Terran on 2 bases early can sit in 2 bases forever. They don't even have to worry about a third base until they're pushing out with tanks and something like that. Why not? Let's get a... Oh, Aspire's coming up for Calm. I didn't see the third hatchery anywhere. So this could be just a 2-hatch mutalisk build from him, which I'd say is pretty likely because I don't see the hatchery anywhere. This is an earlier type of build from Calm to get mutalisks out earlier, to fight back those turrets, try to beat the turrets, basically, is what Calm is going to try to do. Flash floating over his command center, transferring all of his SCVs, and he has one SCV out here to build supply depot to make it awkward for those Zerglings to run by. Let's get another prediction here from Tenderized Steak. Writes, Flash versus movie final. There's no other foreseeable outcome, period. Oh, by the way, yes, I should say a little disclaimer. A vast majority of the predictions that were on my little hype video were in favor of Flash and this matchup. I only had about 3 that were in favor of Calm, I think. So, surprisingly, not many Calm fans out there, but he might get some fans if he decides to take down Flash here. Getting his Mutalisk out already. This is pretty quick Mutalisk build, and Flash might be a little bit strapped to build turrets in time. Engineering Bay just now coming up. And here's the scan coming up from Flash. So he's going to use that first scan to scan the base. He scans the natural expansion. So he's going to see those eggs. He might be focusing on the eggs right now, so he knows the eggs are taking a while. So that means mutalisks are on the way. And he saw that early lair, so he knows it's probably not going to be lurkers because he didn't see any hydralisks when he scanned. So now he is preparing at the front. He has one bunker there, pretty close to his base, so it's going to help him defend against Mutalisk too. All the turrets coming up. This is going to be very, very close. Calm coming in, trying to stop the turret from coming up. But one turret comes up. Second turret comes up. Whoa, that turret timing, barely enough for Flash to defend that off. But now it looks like Calm's going to try to run into the main area while Flash is preparing. I think that was range for his Marines. I think he already has stem. He's coming down here. Stems. Oh, fighting back Calm. Calm's getting some nice SCV kills, but he doesn't want to hang in here too long and lose all those mutas. Since he's going for such a aggressive build with his mutas, he does not want to lose too many mutas in this attack. Still picking off SCVs. Oh, flying right over the turrets, though. So he managed to back off without losing a Mutalisk there. I didn't see a little blood splatter, so I don't think he even lost one Mutalisk in that attack. Still working off of 2 bases, no third hatchery at all. So this is going to be a very, very aggressive build from Calm. Calm is going to be relying on his Mutalisk Micro to get this done, and sooner or later, Flash is going to catch on. He has his scans. Yeah, I think he had 2 scans. I'm not sure if he has a scan at the second base or not, but yeah, if he keeps scanning the bases and scanning the possible location of a third base, he's going to start to catch on that this is an all-in mutualist attack.